Hey sis, welcome back to Unbothered, Unfiltered, and Over It. I'm Nina, and I'm going to be real with you so you can be real with yourself. And today's message, or this week's message rather, unfollow the noise, reclaim your voice. There's so much noise in the world right now, opinions everywhere, advice from people who don't even know you, and highlight reels dressed up as real life. And in the middle of all that noise is you, just trying to hear yourself think. So, let me ask you something. When was the last time you heard your own voice without it being drowned out by comparison, expectations, or fear? Most of us don't even realize that we've muted ourselves. And that's not because we don't have anything to say, it's because we've been taught to listen to everybody else but ourselves. You follow people who make you feel like you're behind, and you scroll past posts that make you feel like, make you question your value. And all you is just a bunch of noise. And in that, you're trying to find clarity. But clarity doesn't come from consuming more. You can't, consuming more posts, follow more people. That's clarity is not coming from that. Clarity comes from tuning out and turning inward. You have to, look inward toward yourself to find that clarity. And then, the way to find that clarity is unfollowing those voices that make you doubt yourself, that make you question, your value, that make you feel like you're behind. You have to unfollow those. And that's even if those voices have that little blue check, even if they're inspirational, and even if there's somebody that's close to you. Sometimes you just have to tune it out so you can kind of, so you can hear your own voice. Because if it doesn't nourish your voice, it's just noise. And you deserve better than all that background static that's going on. I want to challenge you this week to do a digital detox. And I'm not talking about forever, just enough so you can kind of get back to who you are and to your true spirit. I want you to mute the noise, unfollow the pressure, and create some silence. Silence is golden, and I know people have issues with with silence, but in that silence, you can find the clarity that you're seeking. You can get back to to you. So not it's you don't have to do it forever, and it's just for a day or two, just to kind of get back to yourself. And while you're sitting in that silence, I want you to ask yourself these three things. What do I actually want? What do I actually believe? And what has my voice been trying to tell me that I've been ignoring all this time? So, as a therapist, a mental health therapist, one of the things that the goals that we have as therapists, as mental health therapists or practitioners, is to help our patients or our clients kind of figure things out pretty much for themselves. We're not there to tell you what to do or give you like any type of advice, so to speak. We are there to help you process feelings, to kind of give you some ideas on you maybe want to look at things a little differently. But if you've ever been in therapy, and I've been in therapy before, and so the thing is that when you're talking about these things and you're saying them out loud, you come to realize that you had the answer, all this time. So it's really important that you do tune out all that noise. You stop following all these so-called gurus or whatever, and you start to listen to your own voice. You start to listen to yourself. And that's not to say that there's anything wrong, with getting some advice or consulting with like a business coach or whoever or a life coach or whatnot, or even a friend. But the thing is that to trust yourself, to know that um, you can search for the truth within you, and what and what you're truly looking for, that clarity will come from you. You just have to silence all that's going on, in your head, outside of that, social media and your family or whatnot. It's just, trying to, calm all that noise down. And maybe, like I said, taking a break. And then maybe taking a break from, from social media, or taking a break, just for yourself, just taking a break from people for a minute, just so you can get back to who you are. So just know that your voice matters, your truth is powerful, and your intuition, it's not broken. It's just buried under everybody's opinions, advice, and whatnot. But you can dig it out. You can. You just need to unfollow all of the things that don't serve you. They don't serve your soul. They don't serve your voice. They just don't serve you. So it's time to unfollow all that noise. So we're going to end this week's video with our affirmation. And I want you to say this with me. I don't need more noise. I need my voice. Okay. So understand, you don't need more noise. You don't need to, hear more opinions, hear more advice, or anything like that. You just need to, get silent, unfollow all that stuff that doesn't serve you. Just get rid of all that noise and sit in silence. And I can guarantee you it'll come to you. That clarity that you seek, if you're trying to figure out what's the next step in your business, or what the next step that you need to do in your life, I can guarantee you it'll come to you if you stay silent enough and get rid of all that noise. It'll come to you. And if this message has helped you quiet the outside so that you can return to the inside, please share this with someone who needs space to remember her own sound. Thank you for joining me this week on Unbothered, Unfiltered, and Over It. I'm Nina, and I'm going to keep it real with you so you can keep it real with yourself. And I'll talk to you next week. Bye.